Today, we're going to be covering Xano's new email utility function, allowing you to send emails through your Xano business logic. And specifically, we're going to be sending surveys so that you can collect invaluable feedback from your users. So we'll explore how it's been created and how, of course, you can use it. And in the description, you'll find a snippet that you can install and just get started immediately. So let's go explore Xano's new email utility function. So after you've installed the Xano snippet and it's active within your workspace, you're going to head to resend.com. And as you sign up, you'll be brought to the onboarding page where you'll be able to grab an API key. So make sure you grab your API key because we're going to be putting that back inside Xano. But while we're here, you will notice that through this video, I'm using a custom domain. Resend does allow you to add a custom domain. So I've simply added mine, a totally real website.com. And if you click on that or simply add a domain in the top right, you'll then be brought to the next page where you can figure out how to add records to your registrar. So go ahead and follow this if you'd like to have your email sent from a custom domain. But once you have your API key specifically, you will want to go back to Xano and you're going to want to go down to the settings and you'll want to click this blue manage button where you'll want to update that resend API key. So go ahead and click edit and go ahead and replace that API key. But we also have this base URL. This base URL is going to be grabbed right from up top. I'm just going to go ahead and take it from my URL and replace it here. Now, once I've saved it and everything is good to go, now we can go ahead and get started with creating a survey and sending it to our users. The way we do that is through a custom function I've created that's in our library. So I'll click this survey create. And here in our survey create, I can click this run button and I can pass in these inputs: the title, the question, the options, which is a text array, and a bool, whether it's active or not. So welcome to our tool. How do you enjoy your experience so far? With options, excellent, all right, and never again with the active of true. So we'll be able to send this immediately. I'll go ahead and click that run button and it does create for us and it returns this ID. So I can actually grab this UUID. I'll keep it in my clipboard because I'm going to use this to, well, send it. Now let's take a quick look at our database because I've just created this survey right here that we're seeing. So it's going to store in our database. We also have the actual email that we send that stores, as well as that survey response. And we also have our user. This is the user we'll be sending our email to. So this is what our data looks like, but now the actual fun part, sending the email and the survey. So let's go to our API and then our email group. Here we'll see 4 endpoints. One, the send survey email. This is the main endpoint that we'll be using to send the email to the user, but we also have the ability to just get all of the surveys if we'd like. And well, this is the survey feedback endpoint. The user is going to select any option and then be returned to this particular endpoint. And our unsubscribe. So if a user doesn't want to get these emails anymore, they'll be able to unsubscribe. And what we'll do when a user unsubscribes is modify their record. We'll disable marketing and say they're unsubscribed. So back in our API group, that send survey email endpoint, we'll open it up. We'll open up this run button and we'll pass in a user UUID as well as a survey UUID. And that's that ID I grabbed when I created that survey. So I'll just paste it here. And now I'll go ahead and click run. So the email has successfully sent, but what's actually happening? Well, we're performing a couple checks. We're getting some records, our user and our survey, and we're making sure that they exist. Then we're getting our base URL. That's that environment variable we had set up. We're using it to create the unsubscribe URL and the feedback URL, those 2 endpoints we just took a look at. So when a user clicks anything within the email, they'll be directed there. After that, we'll go ahead and, well, update the actual HTML with all of those variables. So this HTML, this is going to be your survey, the ability to adjust and change however you'd like. And you can do so using our assistant if you so choose. I've created this with the assistant and it's been able to create this HTML that is sent in our email. Now, how do we send the email? It's in this send email utility function. We're using our resend API key. We're passing in the subject, the email HTML, and the to. And all of these orange values are coming from variables previously that we created in our function stack. From the from, you can see this is where I have the ability to specify who it's from. And a totally real website.com in this case. My schedule that is going to use this now timestamp, and I'm going to add 5,000 milliseconds, just provide a little bit of delay. And then I need to format it so that resend can actually use it. So I'll pass in the value of R for the format, and this allows me to send that email. Now, once the email has been sent, we'll just go ahead and make a modification to that email record where we say it has been sent, and now the user has the ability to interact with this email. So let's take a quick look in our inbox. We can see we got our survey. Welcome to our tool. We'll click it open and we have a couple things we can see here. First off, these options to choose from, as well as the unsubscribe here URL. So let's say that it's been excellent so far. Amazing. It has been recorded. Let's just double check that it's been recorded by going back into Xano, our database, and our survey response, where that's right, we got our excellent response. Now, one of the things that we can also do as a user is unsubscribe. As when you're dealing with emails and these surveys or just any kind of marketing material, you want to make sure that you're respecting your user's opt-in preferences. So if a user doesn't want an email anymore, they can click this unsubscribe button, and they've been rerouted to that unsubscribed endpoint, and they've been unsubscribed. So if we head back to our user, we can actually see that they have been unsubscribed and marketing has been disabled. So now we have the ability to create surveys and send simple surveys to our users using Resend. So go ahead and install the Xano snippet to get started so you can also send email surveys to your users and also respect their privacy settings so they can unsubscribe whenever they'd like. If you have any comments or questions, leave those within the comments below. You can also reach out to us within your instance within the left-hand side by clicking the support chat icon and also by posting in the community, where ourselves and other community members are there to help you build. We can't wait to see what you do with this, and of course, happy building.